Let's install the Eclipse IDE on your Windows 11 machine. When we're done installing, we'll create a simple Java application to demonstrate your setup is working properly. Along the way, we'll discuss some problems that can occur during the installation and how to solve them. Let's open a browser and go to eclipse.org/downloads. The download button for the latest version of Eclipse is on the left side of the page. Let's click the download button. Before we download the installation files, let's click on SHA-512. This is the checksum computed on the server where the file is stored. We'll recompute it locally when we download the file and compare that value to the value on the server to make sure the file we downloaded wasn't corrupt or modified in transit. Let's open Notepad so we have a place to write the checksum value. We'll copy the SHA-512 value and paste it into Notepad. Now let's click Download, and the installation file begins downloading. Now that it's done, let's open a command window and change directories with the cd command into the Downloads directory. If we run dir, we can see the installation file that we downloaded. Let's recompute the checksum locally so we can compare it to the value on the server. Let's type in certutil-hashfile, the name of the file we downloaded, and then SHA-512. We specify SHA-512 since that's the hashing algorithm that was used to compute the hash on the server. Let's copy the result of the hash operation and paste it in Notepad below the value we copied from the server. And let's take a close look at the two values and see if they match. Looks like they're the same, so we can continue with the installation. Let's move the Notepad window out of the way and go back to our command window. We'll execute the installation file that we downloaded by running it from the command window. The splash screen for the Eclipse installer comes up. The installer goes out and finds all the variations of the Eclipse IDE that we can install. We want the most fully featured version of Eclipse for the Java language. So let's click the second item on the list, Eclipse IDE for Enterprise Java and Web Developers. That will bring up another window where we can configure a few things. First is the version of Java our installation will use. For my machine, it found the JDK 17 I already have installed. If I click the download error, it shows me a list of other Java versions that are available for us to download. I'll stick with what I have for now. Next, we can specify the directory where the Eclipse packages will be installed. The default is under the home directory of the current user /Eclipse and then the version of Eclipse being installed. We'll use that default. We'll go ahead and create an entry for the Start menu and a desktop shortcut. Let's click Install. Here we see the software license agreement. Feel free to read through it. I'll click Accept Now, and the installation will begin. This process can be extremely slow, so be patient. There are a couple of issues you may encounter during the installation that you should be aware of. First, you may get a pop-up box that says there's an issue with one of the components being downloaded. This is generally an issue with some component that was not properly signed by the author. I experienced this issue during one of the trial runs when I was preparing this video. It is concerning, and if you want to be extra cautious, I would recommend terminating the installation of Eclipse. Most likely it's an honest mistake. A contributor simply forgot to sign something, but it could also indicate that some malicious code has been introduced. In my case, I tried the installation a few hours later and it worked fine without the warning message. The next issue you may encounter is the installation may take a really long time and then fail. Once again, I experienced this issue as well during the making of this video. Probably one of the mirror sites where the software components are hosted was too busy and the download timed out. My advice if this happens is to delete the directory and files where the incomplete installation files are located and simply run the installation tool you downloaded from the website again. Eventually it will work. After some time, we get a message that says, Installation completed successfully. Let's click on the Launch button to start Eclipse. During the startup, it will prompt us for the directory to use as our workspace. This is the top-level directory where all of our projects will be stored. The default is under our home directory called Eclipse-Workspace. We'll take that default and click Launch. The first time Eclipse starts up, it displays a welcome page and a lot of helpful information and tutorials for common use cases you may have for creating an application. We'll close that, and in the menu bar, we'll select File, then New, and then Project. In the New Project wizard, we'll select Java Project and click the Next button at the bottom of the window. In the next window, we'll give our project a name of Hello World. For this simple application, we won't use Java modules, so let's uncheck the Create Module-Info box and click Next. On this page, we can make additional changes to our build settings. However, for this simple project, there's nothing to do here, so let's click Finish. In the pop-up box, we're asked if we'd like to switch to the Java perspective. In the Eclipse platform, a perspective determines the visible actions and views within a window. Perspectives allow task-oriented interactions with the resources in the Eclipse platform. We definitely want this since we'll be creating a Java project, so let's click Open Perspective. In the Project Explorer window, let's open up our project and right-click on Source and then select New, then Class. In the New Class dialog, let's enter a package name of com.beginSecure. We'll give our class the name of Hello World, and let's check the box to add a main method to our class, and then click Finish. Eclipse creates our class for us. In the main method, we'll type in system.out.println, and in double quotes, the message Hello World, followed by a semicolon. There are several ways to run the code at this point. We'll right-click on the Hello World class in the Package Explorer window, scroll down to the context menu, and select Run As, and then Java Application. We're prompted to save our file updates. Let's click OK. And in the console window, we see our message displayed, Hello World. All right, that's it for this video. If you found this content helpful, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and remember to always begin secure.